Hey YouTube, this is Sensation reporting in for another review. Today we're going to be reviewing the Athearn RTR SD40T-2 tunnel motor. Now, I bought two of these locomotives recently, and they both now have DCC and LokSound. So I've got a snoot nose and a regular one. And these both have LokSound in them, which I think is awesome. Not the right sound for the tunnel motor, I know. But I like the way they sound with this certain sound file. It is the V3 of the SD40 motor. And I had a good friend of mine install LEDs in the headlights. And he also installed truck lights on either side. These locomotives pull a ton. When I mean a ton, I actually mean that. They have a lot of pulling power on them, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Now for the usual Athearn locomotives that I've owned are really light. But these two are a lot different. These two are actually quite heavy. I don't know if there's been weight added or not, but all I know is these two weigh a ton. And honestly, for the price that I got them, I couldn't refuse. So now I know Athearn is coming out with the newer tunnel motors, but these are the RTR tunnel motors from I think the previous run of RTR from Athearn. So I figured I should pump out a review of these so that you guys can see what I like about them. What I really like about them is that they are highly detailed locomotives. They're great. Athearn has done a great job in detailing these locomotives. One is an XSP and the other is an X Denver Rio Grande and Western, or Denver Rio Grande Western locomotive. The SP is the one with the box on top, and the Rio Grande is not. So when Union Pacific bought Southern Pacific and Rio Grande, they repainted their tunnel motors to be in Union Pacific colors. So I have 4573 and 2881. And you can tell with 2881 that it's been patched. However, it has always read 2881. The yellow on the patch is different than the yellow on the locomotive, which says to me this locomotive has been patched. So I'm sure this locomotive was a different number at one point. I mean, not this actual locomotive, but the real locomotive in real life was patched. Anyway, there really isn't. I mean, the detail parts are exquisite. Both locomotives are highly detailed. Like I said, I have a snoot nose and the regular nose cab, and the regular nose, the non-snoot nose, really. And you can also tell that there is a considerable, well, not really. There's not really much of a length difference either. They're both about the same length, but coupler to coupler, the snoot nose is longer than by about a foot, I would say. Maybe a couple inches. I don't know. Hard to tell. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you what these locomotives sound like. We'll start with 4573. And on LokSound, it is function number 8 to start the sound. There was the headlights I'm talking about. And there's the truck lights. Now, just to show you how bright these truck lights are, I'm going to dim the lights now. Those are bright. Very bright. Alright, it's coming back on. Alright, so unction 8 to start the engine. Listen to the bell first. And then the horn. I'll go ahead and start up the second one so you can actually see just how loud these are together. So yeah, these locomotives are loud. They've got an MRC rectangle speaker in them in order to produce this quality of sound, which I think is awesome. They're loud, they're obnoxious, I love them, they're great. I know a lot of people will tell me, oh, you should make your engines quiet. I like these loud because that's what they are. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull a consist with 2881 so you guys can see it. See how it pulls. It's going to pull 8 or 9 coaches. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Sensation. This is Sensation, signing off. See you later guys.